guys, it's me, BigBoss from Jarr Gaming, and I am here to give you the highlights from yesterday, TGS. So, yesterday they presented a lot of video games, and I was really shocked. Half of them I really wish they would come to the States. Like, let's see, I already mentioned Bloodborne. They showed gameplay, and they showed new classes on the game. And recently they just announced that you can play co-op with your friends in Bloodborne. The other game that's coming up is Final Fantasy Type 0. It looks gorgeous. For what I see is a very like classical rustic look, and it looks amazing. It's coming for Xbox One and PS4, so that means that in the near future, we who love the Final Fantasy franchise would love to get the new next gen systems to play this new Final Fantasy game. Every Final Fantasy game has a different story and a nice touch from Square Enix, and plus those amazing graphics. You guys cannot argue on their graphics, right? So the next game is that they showed more gameplay of Final Fantasy 15. It looks gorgeous and amazing. I like the new thing that it's like a time-based game. It's like based on real life of the characters, so it's better and it's nicer like that. We gamers can get that lifelike look in this video game. Final Fantasy 15, they haven't thrown that much information of what the game is or with the story, but what we've seen is that you're a group of brothers or friends that fight evil in this game. Plus the main character looks interesting, and one of the characters actually looks kind of like Cloud. The other game that's coming up, for what I see, it's more Japan than US. It's called Dengeki Fighting Climax. It looks pretty amazing. I saw some screenshots of the game. Haven't seen gameplay, but it looks very pleasant fighting game. So, you know how all fighting games are. They all have their ups and downs, but fighting games are actually kind of good and kind of interesting. Even though I'm not that of a fighting game fan myself. So yeah, in this TGS yesterday they were presenting a lot of games. And I was really amazed. Like, how many more games can we want? Half of the games that they have presented, they're only coming for Japan only. Like Gundam Breaker, that's one of the games that I actually announced. I think it was 2 days ago. Another game that's coming up is Fatal Frame for Wii U. If all of you remember, Fatal Frame is one of the franchises that actually scared the bejeebies out of us in GameCube. If you guys remember, Fatal Frame was always based on like you're this character with only a camera walking around solving the mystery of the character or the storyline of the game. Another video game that it's coming, there's 2 Digimon games coming up. It's Digimon Rumble, and I don't remember the name of the other one, but they're both 2 Digimon games. You know how in Japan anime is like #1 thing in Japan, so we can expect different Japanese anime video games. There's another one, it's called Forbidden Magna. It's a RPG game. It's coming for 3DS. I've seen some small screenshots. It looks pretty nice, and I hope that game can be very pleasant. So coming up for another game, it's called Yakuza 0. First screenshot that I saw, it was kind of interesting. It was 2 girls wrestling, but then you go on and you see male characters, like Yakuza-like characters. The game is coming for PS3 and PS4, so that means it's an RP for Sony. Maybe in Sony in Japan, not here in the States. But it looks like a pleasant game. So for all you Dark Soul fans, there's a new DLC coming for PC, PS3, and Xbox 360 called Crown of the Ivory King. So you know how Dark Souls is a very hard and unpleasant game. But we all know it's a great game even though it's hard. Like I said, Digimon All-Star Rumble is a Digimon battling game. If you guys remembered, in PS1 there was a Digimon fighting game and it was amazing. I remember it. Digimon Rumble 1 and 2, that you could use any type of Digimon from the series and fight. That was a very pleasant game. I remember that. And then we have the other one that's coming for PSP Vita. For PS Vita, it's called Digimon Cyber Sleuth. Yeah, sorry if I mentioned that wrong. It's funny. It's coming for Vita, and I think it's gonna be like all those Digimon games that you walk around and you like get the Digimon and fight, explore the amazing world. And then you got Final Fantasy Explorers that we already spoke about it, and people were a little bit down because you can't co-op on the game. That actually is really sad and really not good. And then one of the video games that was mostly mentioned in TGS, it's a video game that Square Enix is working on, and it's called Zodiac. It's a new JRPG, and it's coming for PlayStation and iPhone, and more platforms. It's still in development, but it's still kind of amazing how Square Enix can make more games than one expects. And I saw screenshots of the game. It looks really, really gorgeous. I really hope that if it comes for iPhone, it's not that expensive, like that I can get it. Or if it's coming for console, I'd rather get it for console or PC. But let's see what happens. It's a new JRPG, and for what I see, it's gonna be coming for the States too. So I hope that it does, like that we can all enjoy a new game. The other video game that caught everybody's attention is the storyline of Dragon Ball Z Xenoverse. There was already gameplay footage and a trailer already. I saw it like way before they presented it on TGS, but they never said like the story. So here in TGS, they presented it, the story of the Xenoverse game, that it's like kind of based on like all of the Dragon Ball Z franchises until like the new story that are coming up now. People are very glad that that game is coming, and people are happy because it is. And then, well, the other games that are coming is Rise of Mana. Is coming for iPhone, Android, and PS Vita. It's a really promising game. Rise of Mana is like a RPG type of game. Have you guys noticed that a lot of RPG games are coming up for different franchises and different consoles and different mobile devices? That's actually kind of interesting. But the other thing that's kind of interesting is that a lot of MOBAs are coming too, for for um for different platforms. You guys know Monster Hunter 4 for 3DS is coming, and you know it's really gorgeous. I like the new 3DS with the new joystick on the side, like that you can look at the camera everywhere. Resident Evil Revelations 2, everybody knows about that one. We all know about that one. Then Metal Gear Solid 5 Phantom of Pain. Hideo Kojima just presented in TGS the new features of the game, and plus he posted on YouTube and presented it that there's gonna be like a wolf with you in the game. The game looks amazing. I bought recently Metal Gear Solid HD Collection because I've never played Peace Walker, but I played the other games, and I'm actually loving Peace Walker. It has a great story. I like it. It's 10 years passed from Metal Gear Solid 3 to Peace Walker, and the game looks nice. Other game that's called, and we all love these, Tales of Heart. Everybody loves the Tales series. They have been telling me that the recent Tales game, Tales of Cilia 2, if I'm not mistaken, is that one. It looks gorgeous and it's promising, and it has a great gameplay and it looks amazing. But Tales has always been an amazing franchise, same as Final Fantasy. And I hope that they keep on making Tales games. Tales is a really interesting and really promising game. The other game that they presented is that there's so many games. They presented it, Killer Instinct Season 2 for Xbox One. I'm really down that Killer Instinct didn't come for all consoles. Plus, Killer Instinct was a Nintendo franchise first. I remember playing it on the Super Nintendo and on the N64. I don't know why it didn't like put it like in different consoles. It would have been better. Another game that I saw that looked interesting was Never Alone. For me, that's an indie game. It looks interesting. It had really nice how do I say, art. It looks interesting. I really do hope that that game is promising. Uh, and one of my personal favorite games that it's coming for PS4 and PS3, so it's an RP only for Sony. I am really glad that it is. I'm really happy, and this is what I'm gonna. And I'm gonna put the link. I'm gonna put a link below with all the games that they have presented. I've just presented some of them that are actually very promising for me and for some of us from Jarr Gaming. But the game that I'm really promising and really hoping for a big, big scoop is Persona 5. It's coming for PS4 and PS3, and I'm really excited for it. You know how Persona is, and I'm actually waiting for Persona Q, like that characters from Persona 3 and 4 and the recent Persona joined together in one game. My favorite Persona was Persona 4. I loved the whole animation series, and the video game was nice. But yeah, Persona 5 looks very promising. I really do hope that comes a lot of exclusives, like you can use the Persona 4 characters or something like that. The trailer was very short, but it was really nice. So I am Big Boss from Jarr Gaming, and I'm gonna keep on saying, we are glad to be working with Vevex Network, and we are recently waiting for new sponsorship from the program software XSplit. Let's see what happens. And well, guys, thank you for seeing us and hearing us and being all the time paying attention on the TGS highlights of 2014. So this is Big Boss from Jarr Gaming, and I am signing out.